We will be using a whole stick of butter, which equals a half a cup is 8 tablespoons, and it's labeled on the butter for you. We will use half a cup of milk to make the cookies. Oop, I got too much. Half a cup. We are going to need 2 cups of sugar, and here I have a measuring cup. So here we have 1 cup. And there's 2. We will be using a 1/4 cup of cocoa, a 1/4 cup. We will be using 2½ cups of oatmeal. So we want to measure this out. You always look at it this way, and we need just a little bit more. Okay, so now as you can see, we have 2½ cups of oatmeal. We will be using half a cup of peanut butter for this recipe. Okay. And last, we will use a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Now you pour all these ingredients in while it's bubbling hot. We'll remove it from the heat. The last thing to add is the peanut butter. Then you mix it all together. Then you just put the cookies on some wax paper and wait for them to harden. Get a picture of that. This represents a square. And today we're going to be talking about fractions. So a fraction equals part of a whole. Okay. So when we are talking about fractions, the notation of a fraction equals the numerator over the denominator. So for example, this equals 1/4, where the numerator is 1 and the denominator is the 4. So when we're looking at our square, we said this was a whole, but if we take this, then this is a part of a whole. So this, if we get 2 and 2, equals 1/2 of the square. So these 2 blocks equals 1/2 of the square. So if we look at one of the little squares out of the entire whole, so this is a part of the whole, we get that one of these equals 1/4 of the square. So each one of these blocks equals 1/4 of the square. So when we put these blocks together to complete the whole square again, we have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, which equals the whole square. Okay? That 2 1/4, as we already said, equals 1/2. Here we have a rectangle. And with this rectangle, we want to divide it into half. Draw a line. This divides into half. So if I was told I want half of this, if I was to color in my half, I would color in this side portion of the rectangle. So here we have half of the rectangle. So if this cake was for me and my friend to share and we want to divide it equally, this would be my half and this would be her half. So this is a separate half for her. Okay? if I want to color in 1/4 of this rectangle, this is what I would color in. So if I wanted to color in 2/4 of the rectangle, I would color in not only this 1/4, but I would add another 1/4 to get this side. So clearly you can see when compared to our divide in half, these are the same. So 2/4 and 1/2 are the same.